Doug, just the world.
Not really, not a lot of sleep and stuff, but this is the torturous part of the job that you enjoy. So, not a lot. I'm sure I will at some point, but it's hard to do that when you're focused on the next opponent, trying to put stuff in, trying to communicate with your guys, trying to keep it as tight and as simple as possible. Like that's difficult to do, and something I probably rarely did in life previous to this anyway. So yeah.
Hey Doug, you guys are fouling a lot of three-point shooters lately. What's going on with that? Is it something to do with how you're closing out, or what?
When I plan on addressing, not yet. Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen, I'm happy that they're running at them. Do I want to foul them? No, I don't want to foul them. But I think that there are some things that we can do to help that. But you can only do so much. You know what I mean? I think it's more important that we're flying around, we're set on the aggressive side of the scale, set on the physical side of the scale. We'll have to live with some of that, as much as it pains me, and I'm sure it pains them. They don't want to foul them, but I'm just happy that they're there contesting. And I don't want to turn back. I want to turn up, actually. But there's, I think, a way to do that. So we'll address it at some point.
Hey Doug, over here, John Crowdy, Miami TV. How you doing?
How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, my friend.
What have you been able to instill in the 5 games to go 4-1? From my quick review, it looks like you're trying to play at a faster pace. Is there anything else that you're trying to emphasize that has gone well so far that you're noticing?
You know, more than anything is just simplification. Try to simplify the offensive end, I think, is part of what you see. And defensively, we try to do that a little bit as well. And, you know, one thing I used to say, and I've said this to the players, is I would rather teach you how to play than run a play. And that's ultimately what I want to do. I don't really want to run plays. I want to teach them how to play and let them go out there, and they're the most magnificent athletes in the world. Be everything that you think that you can be and everything that you can represent for our city, and do that. And that's really what I want to do. And slowly, it's happening. I think we see it, but it's there's a trust in it. And there's a responsibility that goes with that as well. When you start taking rules and different things off and you figure it out, I give you some structure, and inside of that structure, you do everything that you can do.
Quick follow-up. Do you remember crossing paths, and do you have any stories about Coach Spoelstra playing back in college in the Western Conference days?
Yeah, you Portland guy. Spo, good point guard. Played like he coaches, played hard. Funny, him and Mike, I played against both of them. So nothing that I remember like we got at it or anything like that. Spo was just, and then I just always respected the way he's went about his business. He is at the top of this business, and the way that he goes about it is first class. And I've always appreciated that, from being a broadcaster and seeing him and watching him from afar to now getting a little bit closer and obviously sitting in his seat. I have the utmost respect for him and Pat and how they run their ship. It's a beautiful thing to behold.
Doug, one of the things Malik told reporters after last night's game was what's resonating with the locker room is the fact that you played. Just curious if you are cognizant of that. Like, are there things that you took as a player that you are applying to or that you're using as a coach now?
Yeah, a lot of is what not to do. You know, there are certain things that I wish a coach would have done for me, and most of those things happened when I got here to Sacramento, dealing with Coach Adelman, dealing with Coachy, Pete Carrill, Elston Turner. Like, a lot of the communication and the openness and the freedom and the style of play of sharing and caring for each other, and all of this is what I want to instill in them, that understand, like, the style that you play is an irritant a little bit if you get after people like that. So we were probably going to have to lock arms, because there might be a little dust up, and that's okay. But one thing, when the people leave here, they need to leave here understanding that you poured everything that you had on the floor. And if you do and we lose, shake their hand and keep it moving. And if we don't shake hands, that's okay too.
Doug, two quick ones for you. Smelly salt guy. What's that?
Just trying to wake it up, man. I ain't had any sleep, bro. I did it as an assistant coach. You just didn't pay attention to me. That's all. Yeah, they throw me to smelling salts. Sometimes it's too much and the eyes water. It's just, you know, trying to wake the brain up and be ready to go. So, yeah, I've always done it. Yeah.
And then the other part of that is, you know, last night, Domas holding you back and just how much you appreciated him kind of restraining you in that moment, and just if he hadn't, what might happen?
You know, for him, because obviously part of, since I've taken over, is I want less communication with the referees. They're out there to do a job, let them do the job. Let me deal with them, you guys handle your business. If the whistle isn't going our way, you overcome that. That's what you're supposed to do. And I just told them I thought they were doing a heck of a job, and I apologize because I kind of lost mine. But, you know, thank you for restraining me. And that's what the brotherhood is. It's like we lock arms and we take care of each other. So I appreciate that from him, because I can't afford that fine, bro.
Hi Doug, your guys talk a lot about not getting too high or getting too low.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, you were at a low point, and now 4-game win streak, big win last night. Just how important is it to maintain that mindset even when things are rolling for you guys?
Yeah, you know, I told them after the game last night, it's like Vegas, you put that in your pocket and you act like you don't even got it, and that's great. But, you know, a game like tonight is that next step for you, is the ability to have success. And what do you do with that? Do you look at it and gloat in it, or do you, it's 0-0 and you lace them up and you get at it again? And that's a professional mindset that actually that our opponents hold. Like, that's what they do, and I respect the hell out of it, because playing for Pat Riley, I understand. You win 1, you win 2, you win 10, you win 12. The one thing that you do is you lace them up, you come in and you freaking focus and you lock in on your opponent. That's what I want. There's a joy in that too that can be lost sometimes, and I try to keep that with them. But yeah, it's part of the process. It's just trying to keep it professional.
Doug, over here.
Big time.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you as well.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, this is your second time stepping in and taking over. I'm just wondering what you may have learned the first time that is helping you this time.
It's a good question. You know, things slow down a little bit, maybe. I mean, it's still moving like really fast. That one happens, both of them really happen really quickly. You know, you get a call and you're in your car and you find out something that's like, whoa. But yeah, I think more than anything, it's slow down, trust the players, understand that it is coaching in the NBA, but it's really not. It's about the players, man. If you have great players, these players are incredible. And you run a pick and roll with De'Aaron Fox or Malik Monk and it works, you look like you're smart, but you're not. It's them, and they're really, really special. And I think that's part of what I understand, is that it's not about me, it's about them. Yeah.
Hey Doug, back on media day, someone asked Malik if he's a point guard or a shooting.
Yeah, Malik is just a player, man. He's not this or that, and when you box players in, sometimes it's not beneficial, I don't think. Like, he can handle the ball, he can shoot the ball, he can drive, he can pass. Like, if you look at the statistics and numbers, he does this maybe better or that may be better. I'm just like, do what you do, create an advantage, and once the advantage is created, don't give it up. And I think the game is slowing down for him as he continues down that path as well. Yeah.
Hey Doug.
Oh boy. What's up, buddy?
5 games in, have there been any unseen challenges that you weren't expecting until you got to the big C?
Chris, good question. No, because I had no expectations. Like, I wasn't expecting it, so there was no expectations for me of anything, doing anything. I just came in and then I sat down and said, these are the things that, as I've been in here and I've saw, and then as a player and now listening to my players, these are things that I want to try to help them to be the best version of themselves. And those are the things like making the big thing and the most important thing and focusing on that. And then from there, things start to kind of fall into place, hopefully a little bit. And we've had some success. And at the same time, like, don't get ahead of ourselves. We know what this league is and we know what it brings and we know what it does. But the one thing that we can't control is how we approach it and how hard we play it and how hard we get after it. And if we do that, we'll live with the results.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you.